Today guys on Beer Geek Nation, we are looking at a special release from Cigar City. This is their Big Sound, which is a Scotch Ale, 8.5%, one of my favorite Scotch Ales, but this version was aged in bourbon barrels. It's a brewery only release, and I gotta give a huge thanks to Kevin for hooking me up with this. So with that said, two of my favorite styles of beers, bourbon barrel beers, Scotch Ales. Let me get into a glass, let you guys know how it smells, tastes, give you the final verdict on the Big Sound in bourbon barrels. All right guys, so the aroma on the Big Sound barrel aged. Wow, big dark fruits, caramel, toffee, lots of vanilla, a little bit of oakiness, a little bit of roastiness, maybe a little bit of a kind of a smoky, kind of like a deep smoky quality to it. A little bit of alcohol for 8.5%. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but yeah, it's just a big bourbon forward smelling beer. All right guys, the taste on the Big Sound bourbon barrel aged. Cheers. Oh my, wow. Right at the front of the tongue, big, epic notes of sweetness, caramel, toffee characters, very, very much a Scotch ale, but a lot of that bourbon character almost takes over immediately. Vanilla, oakiness, middle of the mouth, big kind of sugary, dark fruits, raisins, a little bit of maybe a cinnamon coated fig or something like that. Vanilla, oakiness in the middle of the mouth. Super sweet finish on this one, 8.5%. You don't taste that alcohol at all. Definitely a sipping beer. It feels like a much bigger beer than I think it actually is. But wow, that bourbon character, that barrel character, plus the awesome Scotch ale characters just meld perfectly to create a really, really interesting take on the style. All right guys, so the final verdict on the Big Sound, aged in bourbon barrels, 8.5% supposedly, but I would question that. Guys, this one's getting an A for me. Big Sound is one of my favorite Scotch ales, one of my favorite Cigar City beers, and then to throw it in a bourbon barrel, and it's, it could have gone either way. It could have been just too boozy and too, bourbon forward, but I think there's really kind of match made in heaven with this one. Big vanilla notes playing off the caramel and the toffee notes from the Scotch ale. Just enough booziness in there to help kind of cleanse the palate a little bit, getting a little bit of that oakiness in there. Just a perfect balance between all elements of the beer, between the barrel, between the beer itself, and just another example of Cigar City just killing a really big kind of malt forward beer. Just awesome stuff. Trade for it if you can. I guess, well, you can't buy it on eBay anymore, but definitely worth buying one if you can find one. With that said, getting an A from me. And remember folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.